What do you think?
Oh, man, he's the real deal. At first, I wasn't sure, but the guy's earning respect. He's bringing the fun back.
62 to go when they come to the line.
Oh, look at, oh no!
Oh, he spun the tires and then spinning.
Cleetus McFarland was never supposed to be a NASCAR driver. Known for his insane car stunts and burnouts on YouTube, he seemed like just another internet star playing around with fast cars. But now, he's racing with the pros, and the NASCAR world is divided. Some are cheering him on, while others think he doesn't belong. So, what do the real NASCAR drivers think about him? The answers might surprise you. Cleetus McFarland's rise from a YouTube car enthusiast to a legitimate NASCAR racer is nothing short of extraordinary. For years, Cleetus was the guy who burned rubber, hosted burnout contests, and created wild car stunts for his massive online following. No one could have predicted that this YouTube personality would one day find himself behind the wheel of a real race car in the NASCAR scene. But when Cleetus made his ARCA debut at Daytona with Reddy Jones Racing, it was clear this wasn't just a stunt. It was the start of a serious racing career. Yes, his first race ended in a crash, but instead of giving up or making excuses, Cleetus took it as a learning opportunity. He didn't just walk away. He became obsessed with improving. Cleetus started studying race tapes, watching lap after lap of footage, and seeking advice from veteran drivers who had been racing for decades. This was no longer about stunts or social media fame. It was about becoming a skilled driver. Despite his commitment to getting better, not everyone was impressed. NASCAR veteran Kenny Wallace didn't hold back. He criticized Cleetus for using an unauthorized in-car camera setup and wearing safety gear that didn't meet NASCAR's standards. Wallace, a respected voice in the sport, was blunt. You don't just show up and freestyle your way through. There are lives on the line. His criticism was clear. It wasn't about fame. It was about the rules and safety of the sport. Rather than reacting defensively, Cleetus did something surprising. He apologized.
So I felt like an idiot, and I apologized to who I hit there. That sucks, but we ended up, what, P9?
This moment of humility showed the racing world that Cleetus wasn't just there for the attention. He was serious about learning and earning his place on the track. It didn't take long for other NASCAR legends to notice Cleetus's drive to improve. One major turning point came when NASCAR great Greg Biffle, a driver with 19 Cup Series wins, offered to help. Here's what Jeff Gregg said post-race about Cleetus McFarland's ARCA debut.
He did all the work, warmed the tires up on the back. I told him to, and he, felt like he had his grip down, but the back different than the front.
Biffle took Cleetus under his wing, giving him tips on everything from driving techniques to communication with the pit crew. This kind of mentorship from someone with Biffle's experience was a game changer for Cleetus, giving him the confidence to keep going. Then came Kevin Harvick, a three-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. Harvick invited Cleetus onto his podcast for a no-nonsense conversation. Harvick explained that NASCAR was no easy sport to master. It took years of experience, hard work, and dedication. But Harvick also saw the effort Cleetus was putting in and acknowledged his determination. This kind of support from two seasoned veterans proved that Cleetus wasn't just a flash in the pan, he was becoming a legitimate driver in the sport. Every race Cleetus entered was a chance to grow, and he didn't shy away from the hard lessons.
I think I ran every single possible line through 3 and 4.
I saw that.
And I think I just killed the front right on the car,
Yeah,
trying to keep up with those dudes.
He wasn't afraid to admit that he was struggling, but it was clear he was learning from every mistake. He also had some humorous insights along the way. After being passed by another driver, he joked,
It's like getting your freaking wing clipped when they come out on your outside. Holy, the first time that happened, I'm lucky I didn't take that dude outside of me out.
But these jokes weren't just about fun. They showed that Cleetus was absorbing the reality of NASCAR's intense competition. He wasn't there to coast, he was there to work hard, learn, and improve. Critics raised concerns about whether the sport was taking too big a risk by letting a YouTube star into the mix. Was this about entertainment, or was it about racing skills? These were valid concerns, especially after Cleetus caused a crash that took out several cars. In a moment of raw honesty, he said, "I want to start out by apologizing to the team that I took out. I think it was several cars. I just feel terrible. Every time I go racing, I don't want to get taken out. I felt it. It sucks." Cleetus's emotional apology was a sign that he wasn't just in it for the views. His mistakes didn't define him. His willingness to own them and move forward did. While Cleetus was gaining attention on the track, his real work was happening behind the scenes. He knew that to succeed, he needed more than just on-track experience. He needed knowledge. Cleetus expanded his team, bringing in a veteran crew chief who could help him navigate the technical side of the sport. But that wasn't all. Cleetus started attending races he wasn't driving in, simply to observe how the pros did it. He wanted to learn about pit calls, race strategies, and the way a race unfolded from start to finish. He also reflected on his mistakes. After one race, he admitted, "I've been sent home and I made a complete rookie maneuver on the restart. I zigged and then I zagged and then she was blowing my door off, and on the zag, I hit her and put her in the wall. I feel terrible about it." But instead of giving up or feeling sorry for himself, Cleetus kept moving forward, working hard to improve. Cleetus's journey reached a major milestone at Kansas Speedway. This time, he didn't crash. He didn't overdrive the car. He finished the race clean. Reflecting on his performance, Cleetus said, "I forgot there was no dang restrictor plate on this thing. I'm like, wham, gave her the beans. It steps out, and then I clipped Robusto. Just feels bad, but we'll move forward." He showed patience, control, and maturity, qualities that were missing in his earlier races. This was proof that Cleetus was evolving as a driver, earning the respect of NASCAR veterans one race at a time. Cleetus's journey is more than just about racing. It's about growth, transformation, and learning how to be part of something much bigger than himself. He's learning the ropes of NASCAR while still staying true to the personality that got him to this point in the first place. That balancing act might be his greatest challenge, but it's also what could help NASCAR connect with a new generation of fans. Cleetus McFarland may have started out as a YouTube sensation, but now he's a real NASCAR driver. He's faced criticism, made mistakes, and apologized for them. But through it all, he's kept pushing forward. Whether you view him as a trailblazer or a troublemaker, there's no denying that Cleetus is changing the game. His journey is forcing NASCAR to ask important questions. Who belongs on the track, and what does it really take to be a part of the sport? And that question might just be his most important lap yet.
Here's a guy that has found a fan base and found a way to do the stuff he loves to do and let people enjoy it, and he's getting paid for it now. So
he is an absolute brilliant marketer. He's great for all aspects of racing Florida. He does tour destructions, he does burnouts, he does the roundy round. He's just...
I feel like the right side weight's going to help him in this deal.
No rollback.
It all began with smoke, speed, and wild burnouts. But then, something shocking happened. Out of nowhere, Tony Stewart, yes, the NASCAR legend, stepped in and said something that made the racing world stop. It was bold, unexpected, and instantly changed how everyone sees Cleetus McFarland. You might expect a YouTube star to get quick praise from celebrities these days, but here is something that stops you cold. NASCAR legend Tony Stewart just laid out a defense of Cleetus McFarland that nobody saw coming, and it changed everything. It starts with a simple but powerful line. You can tell he knows how to have a great time and knows how to entertain people. Coming from a 3-time NASCAR champion, that is not just approval. That is a stamp of legitimacy. Here is a guy used to grinding out wins under pressure, 49 Cup Series victories, and yet he takes a moment to recognize something fresh. He is not just talking about the pranks or the burnouts. He sees someone who knows how to bring joy into the world of stock car racing and make it matter. No formula, no stale commentary, just genuine fun that pulls people in. That is gold in Tony's book. And then comes the next layer. He is not merely a personality. Tony watches where passion turns into enterprise. He pointed out how Cleetus built a fan base doing exactly what he loves. He lets people enjoy it. And yes, he gets paid for it. That hits differently when the person speaking knows the business side inside and out. It is easy to dismiss creators as flashy or shallow. It is another thing entirely when a guy who owns teams and runs businesses says you nailed the model. That alone shifts the conversation. Now add this: Tony Stewart says Cleetus holds a pilot's license, specifically a helicopter pilot's license. And when a man who is also a licensed helicopter pilot says that you are not going to be a dumbass and go earn something like that unless you are sharp, that is a serious statement. It places Cleetus into a different category. He is not just entertaining, he is intelligent, detail-oriented, disciplined, and committed enough to master something that most of us never even consider. Think about the arc of that. You start with laughter and spectacle, then build toward respect for turning creativity into a business. Then you crown it with evidence of real-world technical competence. That progression alone keeps people watching, because each moment raises the stakes. Cleetus is not just having fun with cars on YouTube, he is also racing in the ARCA Menard series. Even with some crashes, he has shown real progress and speed. Tony Stewart sees how serious he is and respects his driving. That kind of respect means Cleetus is not just a creator, he is a real driver. Tony and Cleetus have fun together and get along really well. When they do things like racing or car stunts, it feels real. One time, Tony just stopped by but ended up joining Cleetus for a fun video. That small moment showed their friendship is real. They enjoy spending time together and respect each other. This matters because when Tony Stewart supports you, it shows others you are the real deal. It helps you get noticed by serious racers and teams. He is not just saying you are good, he is showing that you belong in racing. That kind of support can open big doors and change how people see you. Cleetus has already achieved what many thought was impossible. He turned wrench-turning entertainment into a media empire, over 4 million subscribers, events like the Freedom 500, collaborations with legends, and a loyal fan base that does not just watch, but shows up. It is not just a show. It is a movement, a culture that fuses adrenaline with authenticity. And what makes this even more powerful is how Tony Stewart fits into it. He is old school, respected, built on years of performance and sweat. For him to throw his weight behind someone from the YouTube world, that is not small. That is seismic. Because it tells people who still doubt this new generation that the best in the sport are already paying attention. There is something else to consider. This is not a one-way relationship. Cleetus looks up to Tony. He respects his legacy. You can see it in how he talks about him. There is admiration. There is gratitude. And that mutual respect becomes a platform. Not just for content, but for mentoring, for real collaboration, for evolving the culture of racing. Now, fans are starting to understand this shift. They see Tony not just as a legend, but as a connector. Someone who recognizes talent wherever it comes from and does not hesitate to lift it up. And they see Cleetus not just as an entertainer, but as a driver, a leader, a visionary who is growing the sport in ways nobody anticipated. That relationship matters more than most realize. Because motorsports need more than speed. It needs stories. It needs personalities who can connect with fans, draw them in, and keep them hooked. Cleetus brings that in spades. And Tony sees that clearly. Tony Stewart's support means more than just kind words. It shows teams, sponsors, and fans that Cleetus is serious. He is not just a YouTuber anymore, he is part of the racing world. 5 years ago, no one would have believed this. But Cleetus proved everyone wrong by doing things his way and earning respect through hard work. The best part? He is still just getting started. His content keeps evolving. His racing keeps improving. And with someone like Tony Stewart in his corner, the sky is not the limit. It is just the beginning. Next time you see Cleetus doing a wild car stunt, remember this. He has earned the respect of NASCAR legend Tony Stewart. That takes real effort and talent. Cleetus is not just making videos. He is changing racing, and Tony knows it. This story is not just about admiration. It is about evolution, about how the sport of racing is finding new life through new voices, and how the legends of the past are helping shape the future. Not by resisting change, but by embracing it. In a world where attention is currency and passion drives everything, Cleetus McFarland has figured out how to cash in without selling out. That balance is rare. That impact is real. And with Tony Stewart cheering him on, the road ahead is wide open. Now it is your turn to decide what you think. Is this the future of racing, or is it just a brilliant detour on the road to something even bigger? Either way, you cannot deny the momentum. You cannot ignore the influence. And you definitely cannot question the respect. Because when Tony Stewart says you matter, you matter. And Cleetus McFarland is proving every day that he does. If this story made you see Cleetus McFarland in a whole new way, drop a comment below and tell us your thoughts. Hit that like button if Tony Stewart's support caught you off guard, and don't forget to subscribe with notifications so you never miss more stories shaking up the racing world.
Zero doubt in my mind. Is he the best road course racer I've ever seen? Absolutely. I competed against the Tony Stewarts, the Jeff Gordons, all those guys. He's better than all of them.
Denny Hamlin just shocked the NASCAR world with a jaw-dropping comment. He doesn't think Tony Stewart is the best road course racer anymore, and he made it clear why. In a bold statement, Hamlin claimed that Shane Van Gisbergen is already better than Smoke. This is everyone talking, and it could change the way fans see NASCAR's road course legacy. In the world of NASCAR, few names are as iconic as Tony Stewart. The three-time Cup Series champion, nicknamed Smoke, is a legend in stock car racing, especially on road courses. Stewart has set records and earned the respect of fans and drivers alike. But now, it seems that his road course legacy is under fire. Denny Hamlin, one of NASCAR's biggest stars, just made a bold claim that has sent shockwaves through the racing community. Hamlin, a veteran of the sport with multiple wins under his belt, doesn't believe Tony Stewart is the best road course racer anymore. Instead, Hamlin thinks that Shane Van Gisbergen, SVG, a rookie who's been dominating the track, is already better than Stewart. This statement has ignited a debate that could change how we view the sport's history. So, let's dive into this shocking claim, the rise of Shane Van Gisbergen, and what this means for NASCAR's future. Shane Van Gisbergen, or SVG as he's known, is having a season like no other. The 36-year-old rookie from New Zealand has taken NASCAR by storm, securing 4 wins on road courses before the halfway point of his first Cup Series season. This feat is remarkable, especially when you consider that the road courses are some of the most challenging tracks in NASCAR. SVG's first win came in Mexico City, where he blew away the competition, winning by a staggering 16 seconds. He then followed that up with victories in Chicago and Sonoma before finally conquering Watkins Glen, one of the most famous road courses in the world. With 5 career Cup victories, all coming on road courses, SVG is making a name for himself as a road course specialist, and his record-breaking performances have many wondering if he could become the greatest road course racer NASCAR has ever seen. Denny Hamlin, a 44-year-old veteran of the sport, is no stranger to competition. He's raced against some of the best, including Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon. So when he claims that SVG is already the best road course racer he's ever seen, it holds a lot of weight. On the Actions Detrimental podcast, Hamlin said, "There's no doubt the guy can go through traffic, zero doubt in my mind. Is he the best road course racer I've ever seen? Absolutely. I've competed against the Tony Stewarts, Jeff Gordons, all those guys. He's better than them." This bold statement has raised eyebrows across the NASCAR world. Tony Stewart, after all, is a 2-time road course champion, having won 8 races on these tracks throughout his career. His legacy on road courses is undeniable, with victories at places like Watkins Glen and Sonoma, and his influence on the sport remains significant. But Hamlin isn't backing down. He continued, "But the only thing you have to mix this up to keep him winning every road course race, it's going to take something wacky, or else you could just go ahead and write the script for the next foreseeable future." Before SVG's dominance this season, Tony Stewart was often regarded as one of the best road course drivers NASCAR has ever seen. In his rookie season in 1999, Stewart won 3 races, including a victory at Sonoma, and quickly established himself as a force to be reckoned with. Over the years, Stewart accumulated a total of 8 road course wins, with 5 of them coming at Watkins Glen, making him one of the most successful drivers on these tracks. His skill at navigating the twists and turns of road courses earned him the nickname Smoke, and he was considered the benchmark for excellence on these unique tracks. But now, with SVG's rise, there's a growing question. Has Stewart's road course legacy been surpassed? While Stewart's 8 career wins on road courses remain a significant achievement, SVG's dominance in his rookie season has created a new standard. SVG's 5 career wins, all coming in his first season, could surpass Stewart's total by the end of his career, especially if he continues to win at this rate. SVG's performances have been nothing short of extraordinary. With 4 wins this season alone, he's rewriting the record books and making a case for himself as the greatest road course racer in NASCAR history. To put his achievements in perspective, Stewart only managed 3 wins in his rookie year, while SVG has already surpassed that with 4 victories in just his first season. Moreover, SVG has done this while competing against some of the best road course drivers in NASCAR history, including Stewart and Jeff Gordon. In fact, Gordon holds the record for the most road course wins in NASCAR history with 9 victories. But SVG is closing in on that record quickly, and many believe that it's only a matter of time before he surpasses both Stewart and Gordon. Trackhouse Racing SVG's team has made a long-term commitment to him, and with his recent multi-year contract extension, it's clear that they're betting on his future success.